Hi, this is Patrick Harmon with the communications class. I'm going to introduce Quaid first. The next speech that you're going to hear is going to be from Quaid about why BMX bikes should be allowed in skate parks. Skateboards and scooters are banned from being rode around a lot of public places, and it's why they made skate parks. But bikes, especially BMX bikes, are also banned from being rode around at most of those places, and they're also banned at most skate parks. But they shouldn't be, should they? Well, Quaid has done the research and has put the time to find out why they should be allowed, and he's going to tell you all about that, guys. So here's Quaid. Okay, I'm going to continue to my speech now. Make sure that's necessary. We flip to the next slide real fast. Okay. Has your house ever been broken into, or have you ever been in a situation that you would need to protect yourself? I hope the answer is no. But it's estimated that nearly 2.5 million burglaries happen each year in the United States. Of those burglaries, 27% of the time people are home. Of those 27% of people, 26% of the time it results in injury. So that means that of all the burglaries, 7.2% of the time somebody gets injured. Or 180,000 people a year get injured because somebody broke into their home. I don't know about you, but that's an alarming number to me. That's why all Americans should and need to own a firearm. Now, I know guns are scary to some people, and they think guns kill people, and they're not wrong. Guns can kill people, but not without someone else behind the trigger pulling it. Guns are completely safe to own and operate as long as you're paying attention and you're in control. In 2017, there were about 39,773 gun-related deaths in the United States. It sounds like a big number, but 23,854% of those deaths were suicides. Sounds better. And only 14,542 were homicide-related deaths. So over half of all related gun deaths are self-inflicted suicides, which, I mean, it's hard to prevent. They're going to do it anyways. It's a sad reality. So, with that being said, it doesn't seem that bad. I don't think it's bad enough to say that we should ban guns altogether because 14,000 deaths occurred. To put that in perspective, there are over 10,000 DUI-related deaths each and every year. And there's also over about 125 million car-related deaths. That's over 85 times more gun-related homicide deaths, but nobody ever talks about banning cars. The NRA estimates that 2.2 to 2.5 million self-defense gun-related instances occur each and every year. So guns really do work to save lives, and they do stop violence. But guns can also be used for other things, like hunting. Hunting is a great pastime and also a good skill to have in general. If you can provide for your family and friends, then why wouldn't you? You would want that opportunity, wouldn't you? Just imagine they get fired from your job and you don't have the money to go out to the store and buy all kinds of meats and foods for your family. It's probably an awful feeling. I would never want to imagine it. But if you have a gun and you have the skills to go out and hunt and go get a deer or an elk or something for your family, that is a lot of meat and a lot of pressure that you would take off yourself to provide. So it gives you that little bit of cushion so you can go look for a job and also pay your rent, make sure that's paid and everything else. Also, when people go hunting, it gets them out of the house. And in today's society, in the world we live in, that's never a bad thing to get outside. If you can go take your son outside for a couple of hours in the middle of the woods, just you and him, or you and your daughter even, and you can go teach them a practical life skill and gun safety on top of that, that's always a good thing in my book. Another thing guns are good for is they're honestly just fun. It's honestly fun just to go grab a gun, some ammo, a few friends, maybe some family members, and just go down to the range and have a really good time. It's super fun, not that expensive, relatively cheap. And you're, like I said, another time, you're gonna be outside. It's always good to get fresh air. We're inside too much nowadays. There's one more really good thing about guns. They're really good at, getting you money. Like, they're really good collector pieces. If you can start collecting them now, you might as well start putting them up because guns are one of those things that are always going to increase in value. especially when they start to get older. There's another thing that if you get good at shooting, that the NRA runs a tournament every year that pays out $250,000 worth of cash and prizes. Its first place is just $25,000 cash to whoever's the best shot. That's pretty good considering all you need to do is go buy a gun and grab some ammo and start practicing. Getting back to the collecting thing though, guns really are a good investment. I'm going to give you an example. So in 1986, President Ronald Reagan passed a bill banning the manufacturing and owning of all new machine guns in the United States. But there were already machine guns into the public hands, so you can't just take them away because people would obviously get mad. They paid money and they want to keep their stuff they paid the money for. So, knowing supply and demand, when he banned all the machine guns and the new manufacture of machine guns, and you weren't able to own them anymore, but you could still own the previous ones made before 1986, the prices skyrocketed. In the 1980s, to buy a fully automatic gun, you could probably get one for about $500 plus a $200 tax stamp to let the government know that you had a fully automatic weapon. In today's society, most machine guns, fully automatic, made before 1986, are going to cost you about $25,000 to $30,000. Meaning, in 1980, if you made an investment of 100 fully automatic machine guns and you put them away, you could sell them and have a cool $2.5 million profit in today's world. So as you can see, it's really smart to start investing. Here's another couple examples. There's George Washington's saddle pistol, which sold for a record $1.986 million at auction. Also, there's a gold inlaid Colt Mall in 1849 that sold for $1.1 million. There's tons of guns in the world that are worth a lot of money, so it's really a good investment strategy. So, guns are not the problem, and they've never been the problem. People are the problem. So, I'm telling you now to go and protect your family. Don't be one of the people that are afraid that you're going to get made fun of, that you're afraid of the guns, you're afraid of handling them, because there's nothing to be afraid of. Go out and practice, go out and give you one, and protect your family. Because the matter of fact is, if you get in a situation where you need the gun to protect you and your family, you're going to be really glad that you went out and bought it.